Hello, everybody. Dorothy Morgan here, professional astrologer. You can find me on the web, DorothyMorganAstrologer.com. We're going to talk about March 26th and some of the transits that are happening today and how we can lean towards that energy if it is something that resonates with you. All right. Now, remember, not everything is going to resonate with everybody. And, things are a little bit different for everybody because we're not sure where this is happening in your chart. We're not making it that personal, but this is overall energy that we all get to use, embody if we like, or ignore if we want. That's your choice. Okay. So today, one of the things I'm looking at is, of course, we have the moon in Capricorn. It's out of bounds still. So we're still looking for or engaging. It takes a couple of days to move through that sign, engaging in the things emotionally and in regard to family and comfort and security, right? Emotional security, family security, home security, those types of things. It will make its exact conjunction to Pluto just after 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And so it just tells me that all day on March 26th, Saturday, the 26th, or whenever you're seeing this. I know some of you are in very different time zones. So for the next 6, 7, 8 hours, as the moon is making its applying aspect to Pluto, I think that we can really feel a shift and a change, right? In maybe the worrisome things that have been worrying you for the last few days, or, that kind of stuff. So the moon in Capricorn can want security, but can feel insecure, which brings out that need for security. All right. So that's a piece that's coming out. And another thing, I'm going to go a little step higher. I pulled in some asteroids because, I don't usually, but I trust my guides when they say, hey, throw in the asteroids today. So I'm throwing in the asteroids today. And this right here is Juno. Oops, I double clicked. Yeah, the software gives us a little bit of insight. We have Venus making its conjunction to Juno, and Juno is about to make its conjunction to Saturn. So over the next few days, today is the 26th. Well, first off, if you're getting married today, this is a great aspect for that. I mean, there are other things to consider. However, the other things to consider we'll do over on Patreon, and Patreon is where I give all kinds of lots of astrology content. And that's where you can financially support me if you like. You can donate here too on YouTube. But needless to say, back to this. Venus conjunct Juno, Juno conjunct Saturn. Venus and Saturn will come together on Monday. So everybody's in applying aspect this weekend. Boy, great for it's super feminine energy, Venus and Juno. Pulling these two gals together, if you will, because they're feminine, we're going to call them gals. Pulling all of this energy together is like a lot of stability in relationships, and it really helps us to completely engage in that energy. I am loving this. So this feels like a stable relationship. If that's what's going on this weekend for you, maybe you're stabilizing a relationship with somebody, or you're getting married, or if you're getting married, you're probably not watching this because you're prepping, but just notice in your world what feels like is coming together, all together right now in regard to, strength and stability in relationship. And now this Venus also rules our finances. And we have to speak to both of those because I don't know personally which one you're dealing with. There's quite a few people who watch these videos. So it can also be some stabilizing in your finances. All right. And there's always a ton more, but today, if you're on Patreon, you would have a ton more, but that's a lot of content already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Astro Dice. If you haven't seen me yet, or do this yet, we throw these Astro Dice just to get a little extra message from spirit. It's kind of like just anybody like pulling an oracle card, which we're going to do that next too. So what this tells me is Mercury and Virgo in the 11th house. So this is just an additional message. It's not astrology per se. The astrology in the sky, we already talked about. We're putting a period there. We're starting a new paragraph, right? Mercury in Virgo in the 11th house is what came up, and the energy of that represents Mercury rules Virgo. So it represents focusing on the details of the information that's coming to you. Now, the 11th house is your hopes, your dreams. This is fantastic for really like hone in on something. If you're into writing out ritual or writing out, what you want, your journaling and things like that, now's the time to even like create bullet points, if you will, and just write more out, more details, more details, more details, because that 11th house is hopes and dreams. What do those details look like? All right. Put that down on paper for yourself to make it a little more real. The 11th house is also about the groups that we're involved in, the groups that we love, the ones we all have our different interests. So whether you're in a quilting group or an astrology group, so astrology groups, maybe you're going to be taking some new classes. I am a mentor for astrologers, especially people who have astrology and have taken a lot of classes, but you're not sure how to pull it all together. Come to my website and click on, just scroll down, find classes and mentor, and it will just lead you there. All right. Because that's my specialty. I really love to help pull it all together. Where are your gaps? What don't you know? What should you know? I help you practice so you become more confident in your readings. Yeah, I love doing that. So, and I have a few packages let's see what you can purchase. What card do we have? The Wounded Healer came out again. Oh, jeepers. He came out earlier this week, I think. Within a week, I think he's been out. All right. What does Chiron, the Wounded Healer, want to know? Let's go look at where Chiron is in the astrology. Here he is. He's hanging out right there with this one. This one is Pallas Athena, but he's not quite there. They're 2 to 4 degrees apart. So I'm not going to go into that, but Chiron and Aries, and the sun is going to be there later, probably next week, approximately next week. And it's already considered a conjunction, but not quite. And let's see, what else is he doing? All right, so we'll leave it at that. Chiron, the Wounded Healer, especially with it in the sign of Aries, it is about really working and healing your individual wounds, whatever they are. Aries is that. It's like, what do I need? Where am I wounded? How can I take my wounds, heal from them, and then I'm going to help others, right? If I'm drawn to. We're not forced to go help others if we don't want to, but there's nothing like saying to somebody, I understand if you have been through the same situation that another person has been through. There's a very different feel to understanding what somebody has gone through if you've gone through it yourself, right? Yeah. So that Wounded Healer, the energy of that in this deck as well represents those types of things. So I think it'd be great if we were just to use all of these energies of what's going on astrologically today, the moon conjunct Pluto, so we can really feel that transition and that shift and that stability finally, change from instability to stability, and as well as the Venus with Juno, with Saturn all weekend, right? That brings us into a place of, either relationship stability, financial stability. You want to see where it is in your own astrology chart too, because that will give you more content. I do readings, so I can help you with that if you like. And then the Astro Dice have Mercury in Virgo in the 11th house, which represents, again, honing in on the details of your hopes and dreams. And for some of us, it's like honing in on the details of how we want to be involved with the groups and associations that we, love and, we have interest in. And then the Wounded Healer, again, taking those wounds and healing that process and knowing that you have a healing going on is really important to understand. So you're able to, manage what your day is like, if you're reacting or triggered by things, recognize it and grow with that. All right. Always lots more. I'm going to leave us with that. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow's video, I might do a live, I don't know, but tomorrow I have planned the new moon is ready to launch tomorrow morning. It's going to be around 8:30 in the morning, Eastern time. Put my cards away. So that will be tomorrow. I was supposed to be moving tomorrow, but I've pushed it out. I still have 4 days. I convinced my mover to push it out, but I'm still not sure what day I'm moving. I'm moving somewhere between Monday, the 28th, and April 3rd. I have no idea. Talk about up in the air. And one last lead that I'm waiting to hear from. Oh my God. I saw a place yesterday out of the blue, and it's like an over 55 community, which I am. Oh, I just rolled Saturn. I'm getting personal here. You guys have been following this for such a long time, right along with me. And oh my God, I appreciate all your support because it's been a hell of a ride. Saturn in Cancer in the 3rd house. Interesting. That means I'm moving home. I might end up at my mom's house after all. We'll see. I'll let you know. That's for sure. Take good care, everybody. Oh, love and light. Blessings.